From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Wednesday, September 11th. It is off to a warm start this morning in the 60s. It's going to be another hot day out there, into the upper 80s. Some spots in southern Indiana hitting 90. Nice weather, though, and enjoy it. We have the possibility of rain on the way this weekend. We're following breaking news. IFD says 2 firefighters are injured after a ceiling collapsed as they were fighting a fire on the far southeast side. Officials tell us one has serious but not life-threatening injuries, while the other has minor injuries. At around 1:15 this morning, fire crews were called to the home on Retreat Lane. That's in a neighborhood near Acton Road and Mays Road, just south of I-74. Crews on scene say a ceiling collapsed, trapping the firefighters inside. Both were sent to Eskenazi Hospital. No other injuries were reported, but crews say 2 adults, 2 kids, and 2 dogs are now without a home. The family says one of their dogs woke them up and alerted them to the fire. IFD thinks it started from smoking materials that were not thrown away properly. The house had working smoke alarms, but crews say they didn't activate because the fire started outside. A clash in Philadelphia is driving new headlines in the race for the presidency as former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris meet for their first and possibly only debate. Lee Waldman is in Philadelphia with the biggest takeaways from their first face-to-face meeting.
Aside from standing on opposite sides of the aisle on nearly every issue, the attitudes from each of the candidates last night were vastly different. Former President Donald Trump appeared to be angry, while Vice President Kamala Harris was often seen smiling, even laughing. An historic first meeting between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris may have started with a handshake.
Kamala Harris, let's have a good debate.
Have fun.
Thank you.
But the gloves quickly came off.
What we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess.
She doesn't have a plan.
Harris drawing contrast with Trump by framing herself as an advocate for the middle class and framing her opponent as in it only for himself.
Donald Trump has no plan for you.
While Trump attempted to tie Harris to President Joe Biden's record,
The people of our country are absolutely dying with what they've done.
in a wide-ranging debate, the two clashed over a number of critical issues, from reproductive rights.
We did something that everybody said couldn't be done, and now you have a vote of the people on abortion.
I absolutely support reinstating the protections of Roe v. Wade.
To immigration and border security.
Why hasn't she done it? They've had 3.5 years to fix the border.
What we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem.
To their visions of and for the country.
We all have so much more in common than what separates us, and we can chart a new way forward.
Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation, and it happened 3.5 years ago.
This morning, Harris and Trump are in New York City for 9/11 remembrance ceremonies. Right now, last night's debate is the only one planned before the November elections. However, last night, the Harris campaign put out a statement saying they would be up for another debate come October. However, the Trump team appeared to be non-committal. In Philadelphia, I'm Lee Waldman for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
Taylor Swift says she's backing Kamala Harris for the presidential race. She made the major endorsement in a post on Instagram after last night's debate. It comes just weeks after former President Donald Trump posted fake AI-generated images on social media suggesting that Swift was supporting him. She says Trump's post, quote, brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. This morning, investigators from the NTSB will be at a site of a deadly plane crash in Henry County. Police have identified the man killed as the pilot of the plane, 82-year-old David Province of Middletown. Investigators say at around 2 yesterday afternoon, his small plane crashed next to an airstrip off of a county road near Sulphur Springs. Police say they think the crash happened at takeoff. The NTSB says it plans to investigate the pilot's flight experience, aircraft maintenance records, and nearby surveillance video. For my teammate, police say an Uber driver has confessed to killing a passenger in Indianapolis. Police say he admits that he tried to assault the woman, then shot her in the head. The woman was later found dead in the woods not far from her apartment. We want to warn you, the details of this story are disturbing and may be hard to listen to. My teammate's Kat Sandoval reports.
This is where Shanti Dixon's body was found, in the woods on a dead-end street on Wagner Lane. It's also just a few feet away from her apartment. Police say 29-year-old Uber driver Francisco Valadez drove Dixon to the scene Sunday morning. Valadez told police he initially attempted to have sex with Dixon in the back of his car, but he got angry with her. He later admitted to police he shot her in the head in his car, then hid Dixon's body behind the concrete barrier. He also said he tried to have sex with her again. Dixon was found naked with a sweatshirt pulled over her head and arms, lying on her stomach.
This is just disgusting all around, and it did not have to happen. This is a family that's been ripped apart. This woman is gone from the world unnecessarily.
As a woman, this hits differently for me. Women, girls, mothers, they have a right to exist freely in our community without fear of something heinous happening to them. They have a right to walk, bike, order a ride share without fearing something bad will happen to them.
Friends say this video of Dixon seen on the right shows how happy she was. They didn't want to talk on camera, but one of her neighbors did.
Because we all we look out for each other here. And for that to happen is sad, and for it to be a ride share, that's really sad. You're not even safe getting a ride home.
Neighbors tell me they've seen Dixon moving into this apartment. They've seen her with her kids and her dog.
Horrific. That it doesn't even make sense. The girl, she just moved here. She ain't even been here a week.
Uber said they have banned Valadez from the app and will continue to assist Indianapolis police in this case. Police also stress that when taking a rideshare, there are options to share your real-time location with people you know.
If something doesn't feel right to you during your ride, you can ask the person to pull over and you can get out.
Police want to hear from anyone who has ridden with Valadez in the past and had any issues with him. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Kat Sandoval, Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Numbers from the rideshare companies show how frequently attacks on passengers happen. Rideshare safety reports released earlier this year show Lyft reported 16 deaths and more than 1,700 sexual assaults across 2021 and 22. Uber reports 36 deaths and more than 2,700 assaults in the same period. Both companies say they have location tracking, driver background checks, and other safety measures in place to protect both riders and drivers.
This morning, a Central Indiana man is renewing his annual 9/11 effort, waving an American flag over 465. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez joined him from the 56th Street overpass near Eagle Creek Park.
He started this literally hours after he heard news of the attacks back in 2001. So he's been doing this for 23 years, just kind of inspired by some of the first images coming out of New York and Washington that morning. And he felt compelled to do something that morning as well right here in Indy. So he decided to come out, wave his flag over that overpass that you guys mentioned. He's here with me right now, James Clark. James, we were just talking just a little bit ago. You actually just got a challenge coin from the Pike Township Fire Department. What does it mean to you to see all of the support from all of the first responders here locally?
They've been supportive over the years. There have been a few years I had cancer. I couldn't be out here, and they took shifts, 6 two-hour shifts to be out here all day. That was the Pike Township Fire Department that did that. Chief Tragresser made that happen. The guys like Lieutenant Brad Butler have been invaluable in helping me over the years. It's not easy to stand here for 12 hours, but man, I have an army of solid patriots behind me. If I ever need somebody to pick up the slack, whether I'm here or not, they always do. And
tell me a little bit about what keeps you coming year in and year out to be here.
For me, I've been the recipient, and it's been a privilege to receive stories of tragedy. I've heard from people who lost relatives that morning that were from this city. Over the years, I've heard stories of loss that you would have thought just happened yesterday. The pain was still so raw. In particular, an elderly woman named Elizabeth, must have been in her mid-80s, never had children of her own, was extraordinarily close to her niece and nephew. And on that morning, in Tower 1, she lost her nephew, and 32 minutes later, she lost her niece. And you would have thought it happened literally just yesterday. The pain was still so raw. And the tragedy and the loss, the confusion, the chaos, and all the things that we were collectively feeling that day remind us that in the midst of all that, there was hope. And by that, I mean ordinary citizens became extraordinary heroes, saving people's lives. And when you mentioned 343 fire department personnel that died that day, just showing up, doing what they do every day, I think we have to honor people like that in our own country and do it more than just once a year.
James, thank you so much for sharing those stories with us and sharing your story. If you want to show your support, he'll be out here on this overpass till about 5:30 tonight. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for WishTV, WishTV.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
You can go see a 9/11 tribute in light tonight, projected onto buildings on Monument Circle. The Indiana War Memorials Commission and Downtown Indy Inc. are working together on the Shining a Light display. There are several show times. They start at 9 tonight and run every half hour through 11. The signs of spooky season are cropping up all over Indiana. A corn maze in Lake County is worth a look. Our view from Aviator shows a certain shooting star for the Indiana fever. Caitlin Clark, the image of the maze. It's at County Line Orchard up in Hobart. Orchard's owner cite Clark's success and her impact on the WNBA as a huge inspiration. If you want to go, it's $9 to wind your way through the maze, or a $15 all-access pass to all of the Orchard's attractions. You can also go to WishTV.com to see pictures and video of the amazing maze. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on WishTV.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at WishTV.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.